Tiger Woods is back in the Masters. A new book is out named Tiger Woods, and Jeff Benedict, co-author of this book, now joins us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Jeff, thanks for joining the program. It's been a while.
Hey, guys. It's good to be back.
Okay, you have a new book out. We're very excited about it. Tiger Woods, and extremely timely given kind of his comeback and now Masters Week. What made you and Armin Katayan choose to do your next project on Eldrick Tiger Woods?
Well, that decision was made 3 years ago, so nobody could have foreseen then what would be happening now. But 3 years ago, it was not long after we finished the system, or the system came out, we were trying to figure out what to do next. And the idea to do his book was basically based on the idea that he was, he's one of the most famous people in the world. People know him around the globe by one word. There aren't many people you can say that about. And he had a life that was just very sequestered. He'd been super obsessed with privacy, and we just thought there's probably a lot there and a fantastic backstory. The question was trying to figure out not whether to do it, but how to do it. The idea of doing it seemed great from the moment, it actually wasn't our idea. Our literary agent was the one who came up with it, and he proposed it to us, and we both thought, what a great idea. I can't believe nobody else has thought of that. But immediately we started thinking, how would we do this? Because we figured from the outset that Tiger probably wouldn't be cooperative on something like this. And so a lot of thought went into the way to go about the book.
Well, with that in mind, then, what type of access did you have to stories about Tiger then?
Well, we spent 3 years on it, so that's a lot of time to, we did over 400 interviews with roughly 250 people. We were able to get to just about everybody you can think of, from his first girlfriend to his kindergarten teacher to his elementary school principal to his neighbors to his first swing coach to, someone who chauffeured him around in the car, the guy who taught him how to scuba dive, the woman who owned the house he stayed in Augusta. We basically just went point by point through his life and tried to find people who had intimate access to him at the different points along the way, and who could really tell us the stories that no one had ever told before. A lot of people that we interviewed had never spoken before about their experiences with Tiger. Now, obviously, we also interviewed people like his swing coach, Butch Harmon, and Hank Haney. We interviewed Charles Barkley. We interviewed Mark O'Meara. We had to interview all those people because those people had big parts of his life, too. But it was finding people that had never talked before and had intimate exposure with Tiger. That's where the real gold was in terms of the research we did for the biography.
His name's Jeff Benedict. He's the co-author of the new book, Tiger Woods. Check it out now. Jeff, what did you learn about Tiger Woods that you didn't know already? A loaded question.
Well, I only knew what most, sports fans or golf fans knew about him, which is the surface stuff. Obviously, I knew he was the best golfer, the most talented golfer who's ever played the game. I knew about his tournament achievements and the drama and his relationship with Nike and all that, and obviously knew about the unfortunate personal things that happened in his life starting in 2009. Everybody knows that. What I didn't know was I didn't know his backstory. I didn't know why those things happened. I didn't know why he was such a great golfer, and I didn't know why his life went off the rails in 2009. And the job of a biographer is not so much to tell a reader what happened, but to explain why it happened. And that's, really what we set out to do.
You talk in the book about Tiger growing up and obviously the relationship that he had with his mom and his dad and how integral they were in his life. Do you believe Tiger would have been Tiger without his mom and dad being who they were?
Of course not. Of course not. I mean, it's everybody to one degree or another is a byproduct of the family they grow up in and the parenting that they experience. And he's no different in that regard. What makes him unique is that Tiger was clearly born with some innate gifts. He is I say freak of nature not in a pejorative way, but in a complimentary way. But on top of that, he grew up in a house where golf was king. It was the religion, it was the family, it was the politics. Everything revolved around golf. And so when you combine the innate gifts that I think he was born with and the nurturing that was done in that house, some would say it was more than nurturing. I mean, it was intense. This was a house where golf was treated very intensely, and Tiger's an intense guy, and when he gets on the course, and we've seen this particularly when he was in his prime, that his ability to block out, to shut out, and close down everything that's going around him, the hype, the fans, the noise, the camera, the competitors, the expectations, and go out there like a cold-blooded assassin, which is what his father called him and trained him to be. That's the kind of stuff that stems from what went on in their little raised ranch in Cypress, California.
We're talking about the new book, Tiger Woods, with co-author Jeff Benedict, friend of the program. What do you think the lasting legacy of Tiger Woods will be?
Well, I mean, he still has chapters to write in his life. He's going to write one this weekend at Augusta. I don't know. Everything about him has been, he's always done things bigger, better, grander than anybody else. And so who knows what the future holds for him. But if he stays healthy, this fusion surgery that he's had on his spine appears to have worked. He appears to be not battling pain like he had in his other comeback attempts. He's playing better than he has in a long, long time. But maybe more important than all that is he looks happier than we've ever seen him. I mean, that smile on his face when he's walking around the course is genuine. He's engaged with people in ways that he never has before. He's a healthier man, both physically and mentally, perhaps than he's ever been, and he's in control of his own narrative for the first time. So, if he stays healthy, I would say, the potential for him to return to doing great things is definitely there.
Well, speaking of doing great things, what do you think's reasonable to expect this week at the Masters?
Well, Tiger's lived with great expectations since he was a little kid. And, the idea that the odds makers in Las Vegas are picking him to be the favorite to win when he's only played in a few tournaments since coming back from 4 back surgeries, on the one hand, that seems ridiculous to put that kind of expectation on his shoulders. But if there's anybody who can carry that kind of expectation, it's him. I think he thrives off it. He loves the challenge and the pressure. He deals with it better than other people do. And so I don't like to make predictions about sports because you're usually wrong. But I certainly would love to see him in the hunt on Sunday afternoon.
Well, Jeff, we appreciate the time. We're excited to hear about this book being made into a documentary as well, and we look forward to that. Thanks for the time, Jeff.
All right. Thanks, guys.